Alright. I don't know exactly how this whole YouTube thing works, but when a lot of videos about target individuals keep popping up in my recommended videos, I question it. It's like somebody wants me to keep looking at those videos, maybe because people who watch my videos watch target individual videos. I don't know. I really don't know how it works. Alright? But videos kept popping up, so I had to look at them. I really wanted to stay away from the subject. Altogether, because of what happened the last time. It's like people are not listening, but hey, I got something to tell you. Alright? And maybe it's going to be a long video. Hopefully not. I'm going to try to take out whatever is not needed. If I say some extra things that personal or emotional views. But I'm going to go in. Alright, I'm going to go in on this because I think that the way I have it playing out in my head, it makes sense. And hopefully I can deliver it to you guys in the same manner. The first thing I want to say, I just want to touch a little on what had been happening to me when I first started to experience this, when I first noticed it, okay? Not when it first started happening, when I first noticed it to be overwhelming, like there was no other choice but to pay attention to it. I remember the eyes, okay? And don't worry, this is all going to come together when I'm done. Their eyes, it just didn't look human. It looked like something was looking at me, not a person. It looked like something dark was looking at me, all right? And what I want to say about that is simple. I was told by somebody who is highly spiritual for many, many years that when you are leveling up, like you're raising your vibration, whether you're doing it on purpose or not, you're just living right. You know what I'm saying? That takes a long period of time. It could take years. So this is why some people think that they've been targeted for so many years and now it's like overwhelming, so now they're noticing it. My opinion about that is that today you're noticing things that have been happening for a very long time to other people. Now you are woke. You have awakened to this. So this is why the strange looks, because I want to tell you this quote. The devil comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. That type of energy, that type of spirit, which is a devil spirit, right? You're noticing what's going on. Now your eyes are open. So that's why you're getting these attacks. It's the point I'm trying to make here, okay? I've been telling people for about a year now, because of what happened to me, how can you break somebody down? Okay? This is before I've gotten this information. I don't really know the Bible. I'm being honest. This is before anything that I pulled up today or I watched today. Before I go any further, I have tried to stay away or to steer away from the subject. All right, because a lot of it brings fear, but I think we all get to a point where we are immune to it, right? And it doesn't bother us anymore. So it's not like that's what I want to talk about on this channel, but it all coincides with my purpose for this channel. It's like, wake up, like there's a message out there, and you have to know that you're a special human being. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're seeing these things. You are needed to rebuild this world. I want to tell you this. I made a video about God. Not that I know everything about God. It's just that for many years now, because I've been here for a minute on this planet, all right? And I realized that there were always people that didn't believe in God and some that did. Some believe in heaven and hell and some that didn't. But now, with social media and everything else, they've been trying to spread to people that there's no God and that hell is right here. So they're like, oh, this is hell. I can do whatever I want. And if this is hell, how bad can it get? Like, people stopped believing in a heaven and hell and started believing that there is no God. And they started acting like the devil themselves. right? They can do whatever and get away with it because most of us, I think most people see it as a fictional story, like the devil with the horns and God is like a man. He's the father of the Son, Jesus Christ. And it sounds like fiction. And with all this new, with, like I said, the internet and the programming constantly letting people be confused about if there is a God. They don't care about their behavior. They're not curving their behavior. They're just doing whatever they want to do, not knowing that they're being lied to. But if people start thinking, why is these people out there so adamant about changing your views about, a higher power? You should start thinking like that. Like, why are they pushing it so hard? So now we got all these spiritual attacks that are happening to people because people are not believing. Like, you don't have a foundation. Now, there were some videos that I was watching today, and it reminded me of what I've always told people, which I was going to say a few minutes ago. The way to break somebody's spirit, okay? The way to break somebody's spirit is by taking away their foundation. Just like if you want to demolish a house. I mean, you don't start by the foundation, but you start cracking up everything that makes that structure. All right? You try to break up their family. We know the devil is good for that. It's known for that. Now, the Bible stuff, I'm not well versed in it, but I've heard of it, okay? Of the stuff, of different scriptures. Your foundation, which is the family. They try to poison your children with misguided information, all right? Your employment. A lot of you people out there have lost your employment. And how do they start? They start gang stalking you at work, mobbing you at work. Also, your security. When you're going home, you don't want nobody following you and all that craziness, right? You don't know what's going on, especially when you first start noticing that it's happening to you, because again, it has been happening for a long time. But now you're woke. You're at a higher level. So now that's why you can see so much of it. This is why I want people to stop being afraid. This was always happening. All right? And if they were following you for years and you wasn't noticing it, you wasn't worried about it, why are you worried about it now? Now, in this sense, I am not talking about whistleblowers and, the government employees that are, I'm talking about the regular, everyday individual like myself that this is happening to. All right? Okay. So like I said, it's been happening. You just haven't been noticing it. Now you're woke and you can see it, and that's why they're looking at you in that way, because it's like they got the devil's spirit in them. The devil is using them as tool, and you're seeing that's the look. That's that scary look in their eyes. Okay? All right, so there were some videos that I haven't seen them. I was going to make a video about it tomorrow and show you more about, make you listen to what they're saying. But I thought it'd probably be best for you guys to look it up and look up this information yourself. Bananic List, that's the name of the channel. And the video that I noticed was way to psychological crack somebody. Is everything I've been telling people for months now, and I haven't even looked at this video. I just thought about it. How can you make somebody bug out the way that I felt back then, okay? Remember, number one is the eye contact. I didn't write down the details because I do want you to go look at this video. So think about it, because when you look at the video, have these things been happening to you, all right? The eye contact. Number two, play with their emotions. A lot of you guys in relationships or at work or I put here gaslighting. All right, that's a way to play with somebody's emotion. Getting you angry, which is going to be one of these. Body language. Doing something annoying to make a victim lose their temper. That's what I always talk about, being provoked. Something annoying just to make you lose your cool. Covert hypnosis. Putting someone into a trance without them knowing. using certain words, doing some certain things and saying it repeatedly, like noises, and using certain tricks and patterns. All right, the colors, the things that you always see all the time and stuff like that. Number 5 is fear. One of the most effective ways to crack somebody. Number 6 is embarrass them. Number 7 is make them angry. Again. Number 8, make them feel pain. It could be emotional pain. It could be pain from losing a job. It could be pain from all this stuff happening to you. Again, I thought about the ways somebody would make you bug out, make you flip out, make you do things that you wouldn't otherwise do, make you feel things that you wouldn't otherwise feel, make you act in ways that you wouldn't, you normally wouldn't behave. All right? There are 21 vital things the devil targets and determines to rob you of. Number 1 is your purpose. All right? This I got from ourfathershouse.wordpress.com. So you look it up and you look at all the explanations for the 21 things that I'm about to read. Okay, number 1 is your purpose. Number 2 is your desire. Okay, number 3 is your vision. Number 4 is your gifts. Number 5, the fruit of your body. Number 6 is the fruit of your labor. Number 7 is your marriage. Number 8 is your calling. Number 9 is your potential. Number 10 is the instrument of your blessings. Number 11 is your expectation. Number 12 is your star. Number 13, your voice. Number 14, your life. Number 15, your divine helper. Divine helpers are those God has raised up to assist you. When the devil rages, he makes sure you miss your divine helpers. Number 16, your career. Number 7, your name. I guess that's messing up your reputation. Number 18, your destiny. Meaning, I feel like these things that are happening to you can push you to a certain level where you can change your karma. All right, your destiny. Number 19, the promise of God. Those things that I talked a little while ago about making you believe that there's no God. There's, you lose your spirituality. Your future is number 20. And number 21, your present life. The devil does not want anyone to complete the number of their days on earth. Ultimately, death is one of the weapons of the devil to fulfill this aim. Present. Now, this is what happens, okay? So before you became highly spiritual, woke, even if you don't want to accept that that's what's going on, before you had awakened, you was of this world. But with time, you became more and more spiritual, living right and doing things right. One of the things that I heard of this woman that I was watching a video earlier today, very good information and help for TIs as well. The video that I watched from her was on Target Individual Australia, Understanding Organized Gang Stalking. I think that's what it is. I just saw it. Anyway, so she was giving some good information for TIs, and like I believe TIs should just come together and stop trying to stay away from other TIs as well. But she was giving some good information. Now, that's the video that is like, it doesn't matter how much I hear what they're saying. I'm telling you guys, you are a special individual. One of the things that she mentioned was the fact that TIs are individuals. We don't do what everyone else is doing. We have our own, we have a mind of our own. And when these people see, like, I think that they might try to convince you. They try to see how you think first. And if you will participate, they see that they can't turn you. So, like the narcissist, right? When they can't use you, like if they can't use you for anything, like they don't just leave you alone. They try to destroy you. So that's the mentality. That's the same things that are going on here. They might have tried ways and sent people to see if they can flip you, and it don't work, and it's too much work. So they want to destroy you now because you're not one of us. I believe that there are gang stalkers, perps, where they're weak. All right, so money drives them, so it's easy to turn them. But like this woman said, they might not have every detail about you. This is why we can't really hate these people, right? Because they don't have all the details. Who knows what they were told? Maybe they were told that there's a little gig, a job. I just want you to follow this person around. Let me know what they're doing. Take pictures so I can see what they're doing. Maybe they think they're private investigators on the down low. We don't really know. A couple people asked me in the comments, like, how do I think that it started? I had well, she wasn't a friend, but she was a friend of my mother. She came to live with us when I was a teenager, around 16. And she was around 21. They were neighbors in my country. So when she came here, she needed a place to stay for a few months before she went to school in Canada. And she stayed with us. Not only did she stay with us, she stayed in my room. Because my room was big enough, and, they put a second bed in there. And I reconnected with her in 2011. And I mean, she's just a bad spirit, a broken spirit that was sent by the energy of the devil to get me, because I can't be. She's tried in many ways, telling me things. She was trying, I told her a lot about myself, what had been happening all them 20 years, because I hadn't heard from her since the 80s. And there she is. And she started this, okay? And then she put me in positions like where she told me where to live in this town, what apartment complex would be okay. And they have communities, okay? These people are part of like a chambers of commerce. They want to be in the right places so that they can attack you. All right, so they are in these public city offices, and you think, whatever. Yeah, I know what I mean. So I've noticed that, okay? But I already know how. I mean, think about it. Connect the dots. How can they be so powerful? How can an individual do this to you? Yeah, they're in the right places to know your hospital records, to know in this town, like if you move, you gotta get you gotta update your driver's license to fit your current address, and they make a big deal about it wherever you go. And they want to know too much about you. Oh, this is your current. They keep asking me if this is my current address from the very first month that I live here. And so it's crazy. My point is, you guys have to understand that you are very spiritual people. And even though you want to say, I don't believe in God, it's because something somewhere convinced you that there's no God, right? And so that's your foundation. It's like, pfft, the devil doesn't want you to have anything to hold on to. And what you realize, some of you, since you've been in this program or whatever it is, right? Since this has been happening to you, right? You realize that all the material things in the world that you thought you needed, you realize you don't even miss it. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I was never a material person, but I don't know. I'm cool. I am not saying, people, that you're not being targeted. You're being targeted from, like this woman said, right? Lovers, ex-lovers, ex-employers, people that you probably said nothing to, and they took it to heart because they don't know how to process information. Oops. And you know, some of these people, even if you say, "Oh, I apologize, I didn't mean it that way," that's how they process it, and they stuck it in their head with the rest of the goddamn trauma they got. You guys have to realize that you're not just targets like victims. God is trying to use you. All these things are happening so that you could pay attention. All right, pay attention. You're needed for something. I don't care if it sounds like fiction. This woman is crazy. They can't. I'm telling you, you're needed for something. I'm sorry that I'm talking so slow. It's like almost 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:45. And but I did sleep this whole afternoon. After I went to the gym, did some shopping, and I woke up really early, so I was really that tired. So that's why I'm up so late. But anyway, you can't be bugging out or thinking about ending shit. No, you're needed. You're part of that army. So we're gonna change stuff, all of us together. Let's say it again. People out there, if you're going through these things, stick together, communicate with each other, subscribe to each other's channel so you can grow each other's channel. I think that if other people in this situation were to subscribe to each other's channel, like at first I was subscribing to everybody's channel, and I'm like, these people ain't even supporting each other by subscribing to each other's channel. Like, it doesn't make no sense. So nobody's gonna hear us, just a few people, because we're choosing specific website or specific channels to follow when we should be spreading the word. People need to know how many of us are out there. How we're gonna know if we hating on the next TI's channel? I'm not gonna subscribe. Subscribe. You need everybody to hear different stories from every perspective. All right. So I'll see you guys. Bye.